Well, the key issue facing not only Mississippi but the whole country is the Environmental Protection Agency's 111D rule. That rule, of course, deals with the curtail of the release of carbon emissions. Right now, Mississippi is slated to lose all our coal-fired generation. If that were to happen, it would be a horrible impact on Mississippi, not only to the cost of electricity but also our reliability. So that is something. There are 7 states, Mississippi being one of them, who is scheduled to under the EPA rule to lose all their coal-fired generation. There's always concerns. I mean, we talked about 15 years ago when I was Public Service Commissioner, if you had a high-powered rifle and knew where to shoot it, you could black out half the country. The good news is our level of security and sophistication has increased greatly over the last couple of years, and so I think that infrastructure, while vulnerable, is very well protected to any threats we may face, both foreign and domestic. Well, I think the Mississippi economy can have a bright future, but I think there's some things we need to address. So first of all is education. In order for you to have a vibrant economy, you have to have a workforce, and that workforce has to be educated. They have to have skills that can do the jobs that you're going out to search for. I sit on several workforce committees, some done by the governor, some done by the Mississippi Energy Institute, where we're trying to identify future workforce needs and skills and make sure that we can work with our high schools, our community colleges, and our senior colleges to develop the education and skills necessary for our young Mississippians to be successful in the future. I think that can be done. I am a big proponent of K through 3rd grade education. I've done the research and the studies and looked at what Florida has done, and I'm convinced you have to make sure those children have that base education to get started, or else you'll lose them. And once you've lost them forever. So I think we have great opportunities. I think we can have a very good future here in the state of Mississippi. We have plenty of opportunities to grow. We just have to make sure we have a population that is ready to embrace and meet those opportunities and move this state forward. In the 9 years that I've been here, I'm kind of presiding over changes on both my board and retirements here from longtime employees at the association. I think right now my biggest accomplishment, or what I'm most proud of, is what we've done with our safety and loss control program and our workers' comp insurance program here. We lost a long-time 36-year employee. I brought a new guy in, and we have upgraded. We're on pace. Last year we trained over 400 EPA employees across the state, and we're already the first quarter surpassing that number. So we are really branching out to make sure that the employees of the EPAs are well trained, know how to do their job efficiently and safely, and also preparing employees to go from a lineman's position, say, to a supervisory position. And I'm very proud of what we've done in that program and the people I've brought in and their skills they have to help lead that program in the future. You're always concerned about that, whether it be a Katrina or an ice storm or even a tornado like Yazoo City had a couple years ago, or like Tupelo had. They can be just as devastating, just smaller areas, not as wide. The good news is we are prepared. We came back from Katrina. I hope Katrina is a once-in-a-lifetime event. I hope I never see that again in my lifetime. But we had almost all of Mississippi dark, and we came back. From an electrical standpoint side. Now, from an economic standpoint side, I think we're still struggling. I thought even in 2005 when I was Public Service Commissioner, it would take a decade to 2 decades for the Gulf Coast to come back, and unfortunately that seems to be the case. But from an electrical standpoint, even though we don't want to have the storms, we have the infrastructure in place. We've hardened our infrastructure. We have redundancies, so I feel confident that we can come back. It just takes a little patience from time to time for the members to get their electricity back on. They have to learn a little bit of patience, but given the time, we can get back on fairly quickly and safely.